We have never been more connected, and we have never felt more alone. A few months ago, I was sitting in a salon chair, cape wrapped tight around my neck, half my hair in foils, when my stylist looked at the mirror and she said to me, "I hear your name everywhere." That's not new. I hear it a lot. But then she said something that made me pause mid-scroll. She said, "People say you've changed the networking arena here." I remember thinking, wow, I didn't expect that, because I never set out to change networking. I set out to solve a problem. I wanted to fix something that was breaking people. Here's what I witnessed. Brilliant entrepreneurs were walking into rooms full of opportunity, and they were walking out questioning their worth. Small business owners handing out business cards, but going home feeling completely alone. Leaders building successful companies, but quietly wondering why success still felt isolating. We live in the most connected time in human history. We have access, we have platforms, we have visibility. And yet, loneliness is rising, burnout is normal, and belonging feels rare. Networking is not the same as community. Belonging is not the same as connection. Somewhere along the way, we confused being visible with being valuable. And people are exhausted. They're chasing rooms instead of relationships, numbers instead of names, exposure instead of impact. One night, I saw it clearly. A woman walks into one of our events, and she stood near the door, phone in hand, scanning the room, calculating. You can tell she almost didn't come. I walked over, me being me, introduced myself, and she smiled politely, but it was one of those smiles that's like, "Oh, I'm here, but I don't think I belong." So we talked for a few minutes. She told me that she had opened her business about 6 months earlier. She had not made a sale in weeks. She was thinking about quitting. Not because she didn't believe in what she built, but because she felt like she was building it alone. That night, something different happened. Instead of pitching herself, she had conversations. Instead of handing out business cards, she shared her story. Instead of trying to impress, she let herself be seen. A few minutes later, somebody in the room connected her to a collaborator. Another person referred her to a client, and a third checked in on her a week later. 6 months later, she sent me a message. It did not say, "Thank you for the leads." It said, "Thank you for building a room where I did not feel invisible." And that's when it clicked for me. We are not building networking events. We're building belief. We're building safety. We are building rooms where people can exhale. And when people can exhale, they can grow. So that's when I started asking a different question. What if we built this differently? What if the connection came before the ask? What if collaboration replaced competition? What if success was not measured by who you know, but who knows they can count on you? Here's the truth. Community is not built by accident. Belonging is not built by accident. It is built intentionally. Real community requires consistency, vulnerability, leadership, and trust. Not the title kind, the show up kind, the kind that says, "I see you. I remember what you're building. I will advocate for you, even when you're not in the room, especially when you're not in the room." Connection is not a soft skill. It is the most valuable skill we have. And community is not built in grand gestures. It is built in daily decisions. Make the introduction. Send the follow-up. Share the spotlight. Build bridges instead of silos. Because when people feel supported, they grow. Not just in business, but in leadership. And leadership creates ripple effects. Businesses thrive, local economies strengthen, and philanthropy expands. And suddenly, it's not about one person at the center. It's about a collective rising. So then, here's my invitation to you. The next time you're in a room, don't ask, what can I get here? Ask, who may be standing near the door, wondering if they belong? Be the person who walks over. Be the person who makes the introduction. Be the person who says, I see you. Because you have no idea how close someone might be to quitting. You have no idea how heavy success might feel for the person standing next to you. You have no idea how powerful one moment of intentional connection can become. Do you remember the lady who almost didn't come? Well, today, her business is thriving. But more importantly, she is building rooms of her own. And that's how community works. It doesn't stop with you. It ripples. It doesn't stop with you. It ripples. Maybe one day you'll be sitting in a room somewhere and someone will say, I hear your name everywhere. Not because you chased visibility, but because you built belonging. Not because you networked harder, but because you loved people better. And when that happens, you'll feel something very powerful. You didn't just build a business. You built a table, and you made it bigger. Let's build it. Thank you.